Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible now.
Okay, thank you.
ಇದು ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್
ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్
Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to this 7-day online faculty development program. Mangala ma'am, shall we start the program?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to everyone. Respected principal, dignitaries, esteemed resource.
We are extremely sorry for the technical interruption. A very warm welcome to the second day of faculty development program. Yesterday, we began our FDP with new ideas and perspectives. Today, we take another exciting step forward. We are going to explore a skill that has become increasingly important in contemporary education, that is content creation with digital resources. Dear participants, let me begin our program with a small anecdote. Once, a teacher walked into the classroom with a just textbook, and she opened the textbook, began explaining a difficult concept to the students. The students listened to it. In the beginning, they were very interesting. It was very interesting for them. They were curious enough, and later their attention began wandering. The next day, the same teacher entered the same classroom with her textbook as well as her laptop. Instead of simply explaining the concept, she showed a small short video to the students, followed by an interactive quiz, and asked them to create a simple digital presentation of their own. Dear participants, there in the classroom, something unique happened. The students who had been very passive listeners yesterday, that day they became very active participants. The teacher later realized something very important. That is, the content had not been changed, but the way it was presented had been changed overall. That small change made a big difference. This anecdote, dear participants, beautifully captures the spirit of today's theme. Hence, digital technology doesn't replace the teacher. Instead, it empowers the teacher to present knowledge in newer, richer, and more engaging ways. Ladies and gentlemen, Now, without much ado, may I invite Professor Asha Rani, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, GFGC Chikkabalapur, to propose a welcome speech for the today's session. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to warmly and cordially welcome you all to the second day of our 7-day National Level Faculty Development Program on Teaching in the Age of AI, Digital Tools, Innovative Pedagogy, Research and Academic Practice. Firstly, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude and a warm welcome to our respected principal to the 7-day National Level Faculty Development Program. It's my pride and honor to welcome our today's esteemed resource person, Dr. Pragya Sengupta, for graciously accepting our invitation. We are truly delighted to have you with us, madam. We look forward to your insightful session on the theme, Content Creation with Digital Resources, which will be a greatly benefit to all the participants. I also extend a warmful welcome to all the teaching and non-teaching staff to this faculty program. It's my pride and privilege to welcome all the participants who has joined from different places and colleges. Your presence, active involvement, your enthusiasm to learn new digital tools and enhance your academic practice truly added the strength and value to this program and making this faculty development program meaningful and impactful. As we begin the day 2, let us continue to build the learning from yesterday and engage deeply with the evolving landscape of teaching in the age of artificial intelligence, innovative pedagogy, and research-driven academic practice. Let us make this session a highly interactive, enriching, and truly useful for our teaching journey. Once again, I warmly welcome you all to this program and wish everyone a productive, inspiring, and engaging session ahead. Thank you and have a wonderful session.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your heartfelt welcome for the gathering. Now, may I request Dr. Soumya N., Associate Professor, Department of Physics, GFGC Chikkabalapur, to introduce our esteemed resource person to the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Pragya Sengupta is an assistant professor of physics at VIT, AP University, Andhra Pradesh. She holds a PhD and MPhil in Translational Studies from the Center of Applied Linguistics and Translational Studies, University of Hyderabad, and was a Fulbright Foreign Language Teaching Assistant for the year 2025 and 26 at Ohio University, USA, where she taught Hindi language and culture. Her research interests lie at the intersection of digital humanities, translational studies, applied linguistics, folklore, indigenous language systems, cultural memory, and language pedagogy. Her work also explores technology-enhanced pedagogy, multilingualism, and innovative approaches to teaching and learning. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Soumya ma'am, for the beautiful introduction of our esteemed resource person. Now, with great pleasure, I invite Dr. Pragya Sengupta to take us through today's session on the topic content creation with the digital resources. Dr. Pragya Sengupta, the session is yours, ma'am.
Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll just share my screen and thank you for such a wonderful introduction to the topic as well as for me also. Thank you all the hosts for inviting me to this program. Let me just see if I can. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So our topic is content creation with digital resources. And I usually begin my lecture with something that I've read in my literature classes. And here I would start with a quote of Michel Foucault, that knowledge is not just for knowing, it is also for cutting. Okay, so why I am starting with this is because the knowledge of artificial intelligence or the technology is not simply to, the collect information. If we actually look into the kind of information that we have in today's time, we have Gemini, we have ChatGPT, you have Claude, and there is plenty of information that you will get. There's plenty of technology that you can use. But as Foucault says, that unless and until you are able to use that knowledge to cut into the history, to cut into the pedagogy, to distinguish what is true and what is false, and what is important and what is not, it's actually useless. So information, there is a deep, it's a very distinct line between what is knowledge and what is information. Information you can collect and keep in your library, but knowledge is something that you apply. And in today's classroom, knowledge is something, or the knowledge of AI is something that we need to use in creating our contents, and also helping the students to how to make these contents valuable for them. So actually, if we look into the past decade, when I was doing my PhD, when I was a student, we also had these presentations that we will be using PowerPoint, we will be using PPTs. But then what has AI brought now that it has become, suddenly it has changed. So if you actually look into the distinctions between 2016 to 2026, 2016, we had one static slide. We had one-way delivery, okay? But on the other hand, in 2026, we have interactive resources. We have two-way engagement. We can, what we used to see in the last decade was that we will go to the classroom, we will see what is the content that our professors are presenting to us. We'll read, we'll try to mug up, we'll listen, and at some point of time, we'll also forget. But with the cutting edge technology, we have learned how to work on those content, how to respond, and finally, how to remain. So what AI has, and why AI matters, is that in today's classroom, especially with the Gen Z and the upcoming Gen Alpha, the learners' expectations have actually shifted. Hence, our role as a teacher is shifting too. And AI has definitely lowered the barrier to create. We can actually make very interesting audio-visual documentations for sharing with our students. So we do not need to be a pro at video editing also in the age of AI. So as faculties, as professors, we need to upgrade ourselves in technology so that we can communicate with our students even better. So in today's class or in today's session, what we are going to learn is a number of AIs, like I have selected 6 of them. And it's not necessary that we have lots of tools, but it is necessary to know that which tool is actually applicable for what kind of content we are creating. Okay, so I was teaching Hindi in a US university, Ohio University, for the last 1 year. And this was a part of my project that I was doing there, which was how to teach an Indian language using the AI. And trust me, even though uh, the technologies have not integrated Hindi or Indian languages so much, and since my work dwells a lot in multilingualism, yet I have been able to successfully create content. So, keeping that in mind, when most of our classrooms in higher education is actually in English in India, the expectations from us, the learners' expectations from us to create content is even more, and you can actually successfully deliver to them. So I'll discuss these 6 platforms. Have you, any of you have heard of any of these platforms? Notebook LM, I'm sure that many of you have probably already heard of it, but anyone else? Any other platform you have heard or you have used? So we have got Gamma, we have got 11 Labs, we have got Notebook LM, we have Beautiful AI, and then we
Madam,
have,
sorry to disturbance you, sir.
sorry,
Are you
yes,
sharing any screen, ma'am?
sorry,
Are you sharing any screen, ma'am? PPT slides.
yes, are you able to see my screen?
Sorry, ma'am, it is not able to see
Visible?
my participant.
Oh, okay. I'll try to share it again. Are you able to see it now?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. Yes, so these are the 6 AI tools that I'm going to talk about today. Um, have you heard or have you used any of these tools? Hello. If you have, you can just probably turn on your mic and say that, yes, I've used 11 Labs or Notebook LM. Okay, no problem. So instead of starting from the very beginning, I'll start from the end, okay? Because it is, I have arranged it in the order in which we can, I actually prefer using them. And my favorite would be at the end. So the first one that I'm going to show you is Humi AI. Have you heard of this tool, Humi AI? Anyone? Okay.
Participants, you can unmute your mic and speak, or else you can put your message in the chat box.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So,
No, ma'am.
okay, what we can do is, thank you. What we can do today is some of the AI tools we are going to just, make use of them and create small digital content with it. Okay. So the first one, Humi AI, I have actually given the link also. You can just, I'll share the content PPT with you later. But what you can do is you can just type Humi AI uh, in your tab and go there. And this is what you're going to see. Can you see this, Mahatma Gandhi? Are you able to see my screen?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
There is no Mahatma Gandhi.
I'll share the entire screen with you. Let me just check.
Is it Indian, ma'am? Humi AI?
Not very sure of it, but given the content of the AI, I do not think it is Indian.
Because we must be concerned with the Chinese AI, no? So because of the privacy, I'm asking.
No. It is not Chinese, definitely, because I started using them, all of them in USA. So they do not allow the Chinese AIs here and there.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just share the link with you in the chat box. If you can go to the chat box and you can see it. Can you go to the chat box and click on the link?
Yes, ma'am. We can see the link Mahatma Gandhi slash.
Yes,
It's coming
you
in
can
the
just
chat box.
yes, you can just go to the chat box and you can see. So what I have done is just go to the Humi AI and then go for the trial version. Okay, and once you're going to the trial version, you can go to the teacher tools. I have given all the steps by step, everything there. Humi AI, then the trial version, and then go to the teacher tools. Are you able to follow that? You can just give a thumbs up if you're able to follow it. Humi AI, trial version, and teacher tools. Once you have gone to the teacher tools, then you can go to this particular box called academic writer.
Ma'am, we should log in with our mail ID.
Yeah, you can log in with your mail ID. You can log in with your mail ID.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I did was I gave the prompt like, so my first topic that I teach in VIT AP University is modes of persuasion. So what I gave was create content on modes of persuasion. Okay. And then I'll show you what Humi AI has done for me. This, if you can actually see my screen, there is this academic writer, and you can say Mastering Persuasion, the rhetorical triangle for engineers. So the prompt that I gave was particularly for engineering profession. What exactly they should be learning in the from the modes of persuasion and the rhetorical triangle. So Humi AI created a small content like ethos, logos, and pathos, how they can appeal to credibility, how they can appeal to the reason, or how they can appeal to emotion. And this I can use as a pre-reading or pre-listening task. Okay, so Humi AI, if you are if you are giving your starting your class and you want your students to have some knowledge on the topic that they are going to encounter throughout the class session, then Humi AI is one of the best tools with which you can prepare your pre-reading activity or pre-listening activity. Okay, so the thing that is very important is that in Humi AI is you can actually make your content have, conversation or kind of like the conversation logs with historical figures, starting from Benjamin Franklin to Albert Einstein or Mahatma Gandhi. From India, I actually only had Mahatma Gandhi, so I actually made my small contents like conversation with historical figures with Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so this is one of the tools that I use for pre-reading task or pre-reading activities, and it's actually a very interesting one for
Ma'am,
me.
is
Or
this useful? Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Is this useful
yeah,
for the PPT making, presentation making?
no, this is not for PPT presentation making, but when you are starting with your presentation, before you start, do you start with your presentation directly? Like you start with the just go to the classroom and start with your PPT or slides? So what I usually do is I just give them a small handouts, engage them in some kind of discussion, and then I start with my PPT. This is for some kind of conversations that you can initiate with the students if you are taking a class, and then slowly you can move into the PPT. This one you can also use for making PPTs as well. I'm not saying that you cannot use, but Hume AI I mainly use for the small academic writing. Does that answer your question? Okay. So the next one that I'm going to show you is Suno. Have you heard of this tool, or are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So Suno AI is a wonderful AI, and it generates the text with music. So it is ideal for listening activities and classroom engagement. So what you can do is you can go to this particular link, Suno. I'll share the link with you in the chat box. So what you can do is you can simply go to Suno, and then you can just follow the steps. You can go to Suno AI, and then you can click on to this create. Go to the website or the app. You can just start with create, and then you can write your prompt. Like I wrote something like say clear pronunciation, or and then you go to the option of generate, then you review the lyric and audio. And the best part of Suno is that there are certain versions where you can download free MP3. So if you're making any kind of audio content for your students, Suno AI is one of the best ones. So you can there are wide variety of music styles that you can use. Most of them are Western though, but the pronunciations are very clear. You can adjust the tempo. You can copy the lyrics for your classroom use. You can even use the Western music. The free versions, they mostly have the Western music. And there is one limitation that the speech may be sometimes too far.
Maybe your voice is not audible.
Sorry about madam. Carry on, ma'am. Audible.
We are not.
Ma'am, I think you have muted your mic. We are not able to hear you.
Yeah, I think it is fine right now.
Yes, ma'am. Now we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
great. Yeah. So with Suno AI, what you can do is you can actually try experimenting with the music styles. And you know that if you have heard of this multiple intelligence, that different students learn very differently. Some people learn with their auditory skills, some people learn from experimentation, some people learn through writing, some people learn from picture descriptions. So if you are able to use Suno for the students who can actually learn fast through the auditory exchanges, then this is one of the apps or the one of the AI tools that you can use profoundly. Okay. Although the music is mostly Western, but then you can actually check with the tempo, you can check with the sound system. And the best part is that there will be always some free version of free MP3 versions which you can actually get. Okay. Let's go for the next AI tool that I have actually used. And this one is called Beautiful AI. Has any of you used Beautiful AI before? You can just give a thumbs up. And Beautiful AI is one of the tools that we are going to use now as well. So can you go to this particular tool, Beautiful AI, beautiful.ai? I am posting the link in the chat box again. And I'll guide through how to use Beautiful AI. So once you have gone there, you can actually go there and create blank presentations. Create blank presentations. Followed by, then you can, if you want to choose some themes or some slides, or you can just build from the scratch. So I just want you to make just a title slide in using Beautiful AI. You can start with a free trial and get started there. And then create with AI a blank presentation. I request you to mute your mic. Someone is audible. So if you can actually see my screen, I'll just show you how to create a single slide with Beautiful AI. Just go to new presentation or blank presentation, and you can choose from any of the themes, like say discovery one of the first themes that you have here. And then go to create presentation. And here you just write your name. Say, I'm writing Pragya. And this is your title slide. Then you can go to the option called share. From the share option, you can just go to share public link. And at the bottom of public link, you can actually see more sharing options. And on the left-hand side, there is an option called export. From the export option, you can simply go and click on this link called print presentation. Have you got it? Have you got it? Any of you have been able to do it? See, this is the first slide that I have made. I've just written my name. You can put any content over there. Were you able to follow it? If yes, please give me a thumbs up. So with Beautiful AI, you can actually make single slides. You can also make a full complete presentations. And at the same time, if you have any presentation PPT ready with you, what you can do is you can simply go here in the same place, okay? And instead of making new presentations, what you can do is you can just go to the home page and then you can import presentations, import PPT from here, from the left-hand side. First, go to this new presentation. Second step, import PPT. And take any presentations PPT that you have made previously. You can go to select file. Say, this is my content creation with digital resources that I had earlier made. It is a rough file. And I open it here. And Beautiful AI is going to give me a modified version of my presentation in a very different get up altogether. So Beautiful AI is something that I called that, if you have heard of this phrase, old wine in a new bottle. So you just have your old presentations and then you can put it in the new bottle of Beautiful AI and it is going to give you a brand new content for you. Are you following me? Are you with me till now so far?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Are you enjoying this app, this tool that I'm showing you?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Thank you. So with Beautiful AI, there are, of course, some advantages. You have many professional templates available. So you have a very rich library of images for lessons, anything like starting from physics to philosophy, you have anything, any of these subjects that you want to choose, you can choose and you can use them. But if you have used the advanced version of Microsoft PowerPoint. These are the same kind of, images that you can actually select from Microsoft PowerPoint also. Okay, but what is the advantage of Beautiful AI is that it just makes your work easier. So what I do is I actually make a rough presentation first, and then there are two apps. One is Beautiful AI, definitely. There is another app which is Gamma, which we are going to talk at the end. And I just revise or modify my presentations. Okay, so the next one that we are going to discuss is Notebook LM. And Notebook LM, is the own AI tool of Google. Have you any of you used Notebook LM? Any of you have used Notebook
Yes,
LM?
ma'am, we are using. We are using for literature. We are literature teachers, so we are using it.
Yes, because Notebook LM is one of my favorite for making quizzes, infographics, video overviews, mind maps, flashcards, anything. So this is your Google's own AI research assistant. You can use podcasts. You can even create podcasts with it. You can use mind maps. And basically, if you have a very complex topic and you just want your students to break it down and make it easy, Notebook LM is your go-to place. I'm sure that you have used Notebook LM nicely, but what I want to show you here is what I did recently with Notebook LM was that I wanted to make an interesting infographic. So what you can do is you can just those who have not used Notebook LM, I'll just post the link for you in the chat box so that you can go there and you can do all your experimentations. Basically, AI tools are, the free fields in which you can keep doing your own researches. You can just find out. It is like a mine of resources, and whatever exactly you want to implement in your pedagogy, you can actually pick from there and use it. I mean, those who have played football or those who keep interest in football, you know that there is nothing better than getting the ball to yourself, and then you can just run across the field. So, and you can score as many goals as you can. So AI is like that field. You can just find your own way out. You can dribble, you can uh, make passes, and then just you have to reach the end goal. So my goal in for the last couple of days was like, what should I create with Notebook LM, which I can actually present it here and can be also a very interesting content. Do you want to see my content that I created with Notebook LM? So I just used the brochure that we got for this particular this particular FDP, and I thought that why not create a anime infographic with it. And if you are able to see my screen, please let me know. Then I'll just
Yes, ma'am, it is seen.
Okay. This is the anime infographic that I made with my Notebook LM. So you have the focus, the day, the focus area, and the key tools featured. And I think for someone who is probably joining new phase of PhD, I'm considering that's an age group between, say, 24 to 30, who technically still belong to the Gen Z group, and the interest of Gen Z towards the animes. So this is one of the very interesting infographic for them. Don't you think so? So here is with Notebook LM, you just have to actually, go to your create notebook, and then you keep adding your information, and you can just add create your video overviews, you can create your mind maps. And Notebook LM also creates very interesting podcasts. These podcasts are very conversational and engaging. So, and I have not seen anything as exceptional as Notebook LM in creating infographics. Okay, so the next one that we will go now is 11 Labs. This is also one of my absolute favorite, and this is mainly for text to speech. I'll just I'll share the link with you here. Are you able to see the 11 Labs link that I shared? This is the
Of course, ma'am, we can see.
Yeah. So with 11 Labs, has any of you used it? Have you used it before?
No, we have not used. Any other participants, if they have used, they can send the message or raise their hands.
Just a thumbs up will do. So 11 Labs, actually, this is a great tool for, text to speech or speech to text. Okay, I mainly use it for text to speech because I know with today's generation of students, it is very difficult to get their concentration in reading, and they have less span of concentration for even listening also. But then if you can actually adjust this text which they can both read and listen at the same time, then you can use 11 Labs. You can just go to 11 Labs, then go for this text to speech, and I'll just show you how it is actually done. Wait. So here you have the app, and okay, so you can, there are multiple ways of you can actually work on this. So let's say that you have a personal introduction that you're going to start with. For example, hello, my name is Pragya, and I am an assistant professor. Yeah, I think that will be all. And once you're done, you can just go to the option and write generate speech. Okay, so yeah, just generate speech, and once you're done with, I mean, it's not allowing me right now, but I have the, just give me 1 minute. So you have all the sorry, just give me 1 second because I think I've lost the library over here. 11 has a great source of library also, so you can actually store all your text to speech and speech to text in your in your library, and then you can also go and later on download it. Yeah, so on the right hand side, you can actually go for the speed. Okay, you can make it slower or faster depending on how much you want the speed to be, or how fast you want it to be. And then there is stability, like there you can make it more variable or more stable. Then you can go for similarity, like low or high index. And you can also check like what are the kind of outputs do you want. Do you want MP3 or WAV? So what you can do is, once you are done with generating this text, I'm sorry, I'm not able to use it because my Wi-Fi is not going to allow me to use this AI tool right now. But you can always use this thing, and then you can simply go and download it from this particular app. And the good part of 11 Labs is that you can actually have wide range of voice options. And there are some credit points. I think there are 2000 credit points that you can use for free. So with that 2000, I mean, for small speeches that I actually make for my students, it hardly uses like 250 credit points. So with that free credit points that you're getting, you can actually make minimum 5 to 6 small voice texts. Okay, so that's something that, and you can experiment with this tool as well, and try to find out what are the different works that you can make it do. You can also use the voice changer, where you can actually generate alternate voice. For example, you are keeping a text like having a small conversation. Okay, so here you can use the voice changer to generate alternate voice, like one voice in the sound of, say, a very elderly man, and one voice for a young lady. Okay, you can also add background music, like generate background music for the audio. And the good part of 11 Labs is, now that we are actually integrating multilingualism due to our new education policy, you can also use wide variety of languages. Like you can add Kannadiga, you can add Kannada, you can add Tamil, you can add Malayalam, you can add Hindi or Bangla. So one of the best multilingual app, if you are looking for audio texts, then you can always use 11 Labs. Okay. The last one that I have in my list is actually Gamma. I'll add the link for you here in the chat box. Has any of you used Gamma before? Gamma is if you ask me, like, out of all these AI tools, which one is your favorite? So my most favorite AI tool for content creation is actually Gamma. So why Gamma? One is that you can actually make free AI slides with it, at least for if you are making a PPT of 10 slides, Gamma is a go-to slide. And since my classes are, they range from 50 minutes. So I usually divide my class, like the first 10 minutes is for the preparation, like, pre-class activity where I give them some kind of content to read. And then the next 30 minutes is my presentation and the interaction. And the last 15-20 minutes is actually for some kind of small activity or quiz that I engage the students into, like what they have learned and how they are able to use it. Okay, so with Gamma AI, what you can do is simply go to this particular tool. And then you can use create new. You can use the generate, or you can use import file or URL. So the last one I actually used was import file. And in my AI activity, what I actually do is I create a rough presentation. And the one that you are seeing in the screen right now is actually made with Gamma. Okay. So do you want to see my original rough presentation? This is the rough presentations that I actually had. Okay, I just put on all the information that I wanted. Are you able to see my rough presentation? Please let me know. This is the rough presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the different one. This is the one with Gamma. So Gamma adds the right kind of image that I actually need to use. So I just simply create my basic preparation. I make my basic preparations. Then I go to Gamma, I create, then I generate new presentations. I write my prompts and generate cards, and then I download them. Or I just import an existing PPT, and then I said, generate a modified version. And here is the modified version that you see. So with Gamma, there are plenty of advantages, like you can actually give multilingual input also to Gamma. And Gamma actually reduces the teacher's preparation time to minimum. Like if this one is something where I have actually used import existing PPT, but in Gamma, if you actually give some prompts and ask them like just create the presentation for me. This is what I'm actually planning to do. Then Gamma is going to write the prompt, create the writings also, and it would also generate the cards. All you have to just go and download it. Okay. So in Gamma, what you can do is you can simply go to Gamma. If you are generating something, for example, you want to say, I want to generate a new presentation with use Gamma in making presentations. Say this is my prompt. This is the prompt that I have actually given. And Gamma would automatically gather the context for me, and then simply I'll just Teams evaluating presentation tools. I can use existing Gamma users wanting to level up, or educators or trainers. Okay, and I say AI powered generation, and then I go to next. And what kind of style do I like? Text style, yes. Text style, a balance of text, layouts, and images. And then let's see what Gamma is going to give to me. Here you go. There are 8 slides that Gamma has prepared. If you're able to see, let me just share it once again. And then you go and click on to generate.
Pragya ma'am, I think you have muted your mic again.
Okay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the last thing that you have heard when I was trying to create the presentation with Gamma? Let's see. I'll just show. See, this is what I actually created with Gamma. Are you able to see that?
Yes, yes.
Just now. So what I exactly did was I went to Gamma. I just started with generate. I just gave my prompt here, like made PPT on AI and infographic. And I sent AI and infographic. And Gamma is going to ask me, what exactly do I need it for? I said students and educators. And then I went to next. And I just want maybe 6 slides. Okay. And again, for students and educators, save. And what kind of style I like? I like text style, a classic, a balance of text layouts and images. So I'll save it. And see, Gamma is just making the entire presentation for 6 slides. It is starting with what is AI, hierarchy. I have just given a small prompt. With that, Gamma is able to generate the entire PPT for me. And all I have to do is I just have to give the prompt, and for 10 slides, Gamma is going to do it for free for you. Okay. So if you are able to follow my screen, you can see that it is generating the entire presentation. So this is in case of a topic on which you have not much idea, but you want for yourself also to learn. Okay, so you can actually ask Gamma, like, I want to learn it from a PPT and I don't have time to search for it. Can you just make a PPT for me for, let's say, like 8 to 10 slides? And see, here it is done. You can just go to the share option and you can just download it. You can go to the export. You can export it to PDF or you can export it to PowerPoint.
Okay.
Could you get it? Did you like Gamma? If you have liked Gamma, give me a thumbs up again.
So ready.
Okay, awesome. So I think that comes almost towards the end of what are the tools that I have actually used. And now some information regarding this, AI education. So when you are using the AI tools, it does not mean that when you're using the AI tools to create your content, it does not mean that you completely depend on the AI tool itself. Okay, so what you are doing is basically you are trying to build a AI enhanced lesson. It is the task of AI is only to enhance your teaching or learning process, not to make yourself completely dependent on it. So, easy way of or different ways of integrating all these tools is you start with a lesson plan. Okay, you use ChatGPT or Gemini. I have purposely avoided ChatGPT or Gemini because I know people use it. Like people exploit it extensively. So use ChatGPT or Gemini for your objectives or can-do statements. Can-do statements are basically the ones which after every lesson, your students should feel that, yes, after this lesson, I can do this work. For example, if you are teaching a lesson in maths, for example, integration or differentiation, like after this lesson, I'll be able to do this differentiation sum. Or after this lesson, I'll be able to find the area of this particular rectangle. Okay, so that is your can-do statements. Can-do statements are for the students. Objectives are for you. So make the unit and lesson plan using ChatGPT or Gemini. Okay. Reading text and audio, you can use, you can generate the text with ChatGPT and convert it to audio using 11 Labs. There is another tool called Narrowkit, but I suggest not using Narrowkit if you're not using it for multilingualism. You can avoid Narrowkit. You can just go to 11 Labs and convert it to audio. If there are some cultural notes or music or anything extra point that you want to add, then you can add the context with Humi AI. Okay, you can give beautiful background audio with Suno AI. Okay, for pre-reading activity, you can use beautiful AI and you can design the slides. For visual aids, you can use them for making mind maps or infographics using Notebook LM. And now for the final presentations, you can always use Gamma. You can also use Beautiful AI. Beautiful AI you can use for making individual slides as well. So Gamma or Beautiful AI for your final presentation. Lastly, when you're using AI, make sure that you are using the AI as a drafting and brainstorming partner. It should not replace your expertise. Okay, so what I do always is I always create a first draft outline. I generate a lecture or I design for myself like how I'm going to progress, and then you refine your expertise with the AI. Use the visual prompts, produce image or diagrams or prompts to make your abstract concepts tangible. Okay, the things that you were thinking like it's very difficult to break down, use the visual prompts. And lastly, use AI to simplify language. See, with every generation, the linguistic capability or understanding is actually very different. The way we understood our subject is not the same way our students are going to understand. So, rephrase the dense language, dense material into student-friendly language without losing its meaning. And the last thing, when you are sharing your PPT or your notes with the students, just check to it that you are not sharing the AI generated content. Okay, so at least try to see to it that whatever you have got from the AI, cross check it, like whether it is authentic or not. That is the task that you have to do it yourself. No AI is going to do it for you completely, not 100% proof. Okay, so verify that before you present it to your students. Okay, so with that, I'll end my talking session. Now, what we are going to do is we are just going to see how, if some hands-on practice, we can just see that how we can use Gamma. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, and I can help you to, clear your doubts.
Information and
Using
library.
Gamma what you can do is you can make a new presentation, you can generate a new presentation, small PPT, or what you can do is you can import an already existing presentation and just show it to me how you have done. So I'll close my screen sharing option, and you can probably just upload your screen share in upload the new presentations that you're using with Gamma over the chat box. And if you have time, you can also just tell me what is your how you are experiencing your first experience with Gamma. Do you want me to share the link as well? Yes. Gamma and
ಎರಡು ಪಾಠ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿರ್ತೀವಣ್ಣ.
Hi, Pradeep. I just saw that better than other AI what I used. Which AI are you talking about? Gemini and ChatGPT. Yes. I would actually say that if you're using this popular AI platforms like Gemini and ChatGPT, there are more chances that you will get very I don't know. It's very good to get information from this AI tools. Okay, but if you want to make some, kind of experimentations with your teaching, then avoid Gemini and ChatGPT. You can actually use Claude. Claude is slightly better, I would not say that 100%, but slightly better than Gemini and ChatGPT. Anyone who is ready to do some kind of experimentation with Gamma, because that is which AI tools to create duplicate certificate, for example, transfer certificate. That you can use Beautiful AI. Beautiful AI is going to, show you how to do the duplication as well. Also, you can go to, I think Yumi is also going to help you doing that. I don't know whether you have used this paid version of Adobe as well. And we can use Kannada language, any of these tools. Yes, 11 Labs is one of the examples that we have. 11 Labs has a good source of, getting multilingual inputs. So you can use 11 Labs. There is another, I'm not sure whether it will be able to, you'll be able to use it or not. There is something called Narrowkit. And what kind of content, ma'am, Lata ma'am, right? So what kind of content are you, Sureshji, I'll answer your question in a minute. What kind of content are you looking for in making this, Kannada language? I mean, is it like literature, language, speaking? If or is it like speech to text or text to speech? Or some invitations. Okay, I guess you can use 11 Labs in that case. Also for Sureshji, depending for research, particularly for literature, I would say go for Claude. Claude is one of the best apps which you can use for research, but it is only for getting an idea, not for copying from it. If you want to, like, I have used Claude to get the list of books, for example, I want on a particular topic. Yes, Beautiful AI you can use for duplicating transfer certificate. Gemini Pro, yes, of course, Gemini Pro you can use, but then, of course, I was talking about all the free tools that you can use. And most of the AI tools that I actually used in today's lecture, so there are some free versions. So you can always use those free versions. If your institute is actually paying for the paid version, you can always go for the Pro. And yeah, you can actually use, there is something called Adobe Pro version. It is not very expensive, and if you are not able to afford it yourself, then you can actually go and see if few of your colleagues can buy it together. You can also use the Grammarly Pro version. Grammarly Pro version is also a very good tool. No, sorry, Sarvat sir. Yeah. So the Chat window is, yes, this is a problem with Claude. Also with Claude, you have to actually keep refreshing it, and you have to keep going back to your yeah, I'll send it to you, Lata ma'am. Just give me a few minutes. Claude has a limited chat window. Yeah, it gets message out soon. But apart from Claude, for literature, I have not seen any other tool that gives you so many options, so many reading options. This is 11 Labs, this for Lata ma'am. Particularly, the demand of today is that you need to produce a lot of papers if you have to upgrade yourself. So if you can actually make collaborative work, then you can actually, take the subscriptions and you can do. Is my voice not audible? Yes, in Gamma you get 10 slides for free. 10 slides will be free. At for in a day. So I actually make use of Gamma, like what exactly I need. And am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Ma'am, you are.
Yeah. Any of you have made anything with these AI tools that I have just applied to you with Gamma? Okay, we can do one small activity. Maybe we can just use beautiful AI and we can just write our name and post it here. I'll just share the link of beautiful AI and see if you can just share only the title, just a title slide with beautiful AI. That would be a good hands-on practice for you as well. You can just do a guest login and make a small attempt. Reduce plagiarism in research paper. I would say just go for Quillbot or Grammarly. I have used Quillbot to keep cross-checking whether, because even if I'm writing my original paper, there are certain times that I feel that my idea has probably been used somewhere else. So I go to the Quillbot or Grammarly and I keep checking whether how much plagiarism is it showing. And then your final checkup is always done with Turnitin, you know. Any other question? Am I mute? It doesn't show mute to me. So paid or subscribe to any platforms for plagiarism check. Okay, so what you can do is in Quillbot there is a limited free version. So if there is any particular part of your research paper that you feel that this can be there can be an issue with copying, just check for those ones in Quillbot. I usually try to copy paste only small paragraphs in Quillbot and check how much is the plagiarism percentage. I can have you used Quillbot before?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we have used.
Yeah, Quillbot is something that yeah.
To paraphrase.
Yes. But then Quillbot, if you're using it for paraphrasing, there are chances that it will come under plagiarism. AI tool for grammar learning, Grammarly. Nothing goes beyond Grammarly, and yeah. Also, if you are correcting your paper in Grammarly, the minor corrections, not the major rephrasing of the words or sentences, then it's not going to be taken as plagiarized version.
Ma'am, can you show one activity by using the Suno app? Suno AI.
Yes, sure.
One act.
I'll just turn it. Here you go. I'll just share my screen with you so that you can see it also. No AI music. So here you have. You can just go to create. Okay. And I'll write something like make song on punctuality. Or say plagiarism rather than punctuality. Plagiarism. And then you straight away go to this create option. Style, you can choose the style from here, soft male vocals, or you can go for pop ballad, you can go for stoner rock, and voice gender, what do you want? You can go for male or female. I'll keep it female as of now. And There is only 10 credits used that I have used this session. So I can just go for create. Here you go, and then you can go to the library. See, it is actually making this borrowed words, soft male vocals. It is creating. It's taking a bit of time. Once it gets done completely, you can just go to the and then download it. So once it gets done completely, you can go to this MP3 audio and download it. Let me see if I have already downloaded something. No, I don't have anything using Suno AI with me right now. But and see this one, you see, this is a paid version. This is upgrade for full songs. This is V5.5, but this V4.5 is actually the free version that you can download using the MP3.
Ma'am, Dr. Ruchi has put some link. I think she has finished her file and put it in the chat box. Can you please go through that?
Yeah, sure. I'll share the. Okay, I don't have access to it because she has probably used her own email ID. Maybe you can, if you can send a screenshot, it would be actually better because I cannot access it from my system. Meanwhile, we'll go back to Suno and see whether we have got, yeah, it is, see, now it is completed. We have got it, and we can actually go to this download, and here is the MP3 version, and this is going to take few seconds. Here, can you see? My download is also ready. And let me see if I can actually share this with you. Yeah. Okay, this is the climate change evidence that you have, Pradeep. This is Pradeep has shared. Here you have the one from. This is the one from Suno AI.
Direct meeting link is
I think ma'am has sent me the photo. That's it. The Gamma. Dr. Ruchi has sent the Gamma. Okay. Wow. So Dr. Pradeep has used Gamma and he has made a very beautiful presentation. I'll just share it with you guys so that you can see it. I think this is the one. Can you see Dr. Pradeep's presentation, everyone?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Yeah,
Can see.
yeah. That's really nice. So have you actually imported your original presentation and made a new presentation from it? Dr.
No, madam. I just prompt Gamma to made a presentation on climate change.
Okay, okay. That is awesome. That is awesome. And Dr. Ruchi has also made a presentation. I'll share it with everyone. See, functions in mathematics. Can you see Dr. Ruchi's presentation? This is really awesome. Oh, I'm glad that you have done it so fast. Thank you, Dr. Ruchi. Thank you, Dr. Pradeep. And Dr. Ruchi, can you share with us whether you have imported it or you have made a new presentation by giving prompts to Gamma?
Best.
I'm so glad. Thank you everyone for being so proactive in FDP. I've never seen faculty development programs that is also being online, people being so proactive. I'm so happy to see this.
Thank you, madam. Nice presentation, madam. Nice explanation, madam.
Thank you everyone. I'm very happy to know that I've been of some help to you. And I'm sure that now that you have learned about this PPT, these AI tools, you can make really good use of them in making your content for the classrooms. Just see to that you don't become dependent on classrooms. AI tools should be like, your helper, like Arjun had the Sarathi as Krishna. So AI tools should not actually do the work for you, but help you out when you are facing a problem. Okay. If there are any other questions or Sunita ma'am, are we going to continue with the session or how are we supposed to?
Video on ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your insightful and engaging session.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity also to speak. Thank you.
Surely it encouraged us to look at digital resources not merely as technical conveniences, but also as powerful tools for creativity, communication, collaboration, and meaningful learning
Thank you very much for that. Dear participants, before we go to vote of thanks, we have an announcement that is very important for tomorrow's schedule. There is an announcement about tomorrow's schedule. Please concentrate on this. Due to unavoidable circumstances, tomorrow's session will be conducted in the morning instead of afternoon. It will be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. instead of 2 to 4. Please take care of this. Instead of 2 to 4, tomorrow's session will be 11 to 1. So we sincerely regret any inconveniences caused by us. Kindly request your cooperation and understanding. Thank you all. Now, with great pleasure, I would invite Professor Padmavati to propose a vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks for today's session of the 7-day national level online FTP on teaching in the age of AI. First, I guess in Gupta ma'am for the very informative and interesting session on content creation with the digital resources. Your valuable ideas on using AI tools for creating PPTs, infographics, worksheets, and other educational resources were very useful and inspiring. I express my sincere gratitude to our respected Principal Professor Vasundhara R for her valuable support and encouragement. And also thank our IQAC coordinator Dr. Sunita P for her guidance and support in organizing this program. My sincere thanks to our IQAC co-coordinator Professor Suresh Babu M for his valuable effort and coordination. Also thank Professor Asha Rani for the warm welcome address and Dr. Soumya for introducing our resource person. I would also like to express my special thanks to our technical team, Professor Anil R, Professor Nitin Antony, Professor Nasimurthy, Professor Nagaraju, Dr. Mangalakumari, and Dr. Muzamil Pasha for their excellent technical support and for ensuring the smooth conduct of this online program. I extend my sincere thanks to all HODs and all the faculty members for their cooperation and active participation. Finally, I thank all the participants for their valuable time, active participation, and interaction. Once again, I thank Dr. Pragya Sengupta ma'am sharing her valuable knowledge and making today's session meaningful and enriching. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Before winding up, I would inform that before 5 o'clock, feedback form will be there in the WhatsApp group. All of you should fill the feedback form and finish your work, today's work. So with that, our second day session would be ended. I hope today's session has given all of us not only a new tool to explore, but also new ideas to take back to our classrooms. Thank you all once again. I look forward to welcoming you all tomorrow for another learning and exploring session. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.